In the dim light before dawn, the border town of Zahedan awakens quietly. Dust swirls through narrow streets, early risers prepare for another day, unaware that beneath their feet a silent chess game unfolds. Here, where cultures collide, secrets linger in every shadow, a new chapter in covert operations is about to begin. Welcome to the unseen world of espionage, where every stall-smiling face may hide a deeper truth. This is the story of This is the story of intelligence, hidden in plain sight. In the Iranian border town of Zahedan, there was a small stall with a simple sign that read, Kurma and Kaju Exports, FCE. This stall didn't just sell dry fruit, it was an active front for the West Cell of India's secret intelligence agency, RAW. The man running it wasn't a simple shopkeeper but a senior asset handler whose real name was Shankar Tripathi. Beginning in 2021, he started using dry fruit consignments on freight vehicles along the Dalbandin-Rabat corridor in Balochistan to secretly transport C4 plastic explosives, third-generation night vision goggles, NVGs, and GPS beacons. In each shipment, a few sacks would have explosives hidden among the almonds or small satellite trackers tucked beneath layers of raisins. It was all done with such skill that Iranian or Pakistani customs agencies never suspected a thing. Within RAW, he was known by the codename KST-27 and was the main frontman for Operation Sindira, an operation aimed at providing logistical support, field technology and digital intelligence to separatist groups in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Tripathi's stall, which appeared to be a mundane business, was in fact an active substation for an enemy state, from which not only weapons were sent but narrative warfare strategies were also formulated. Behind his smiling face was a complete secret war machine, working against the security of the region. Shankar Tripathi's network wasn't limited to the delivery of explosives. Its connections were linked to a complex digital club and an organized financial pipeline. This information warfare network simultaneously fueled the ground insurgency in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and created organized falsehoods to mislead public opinion on social media. The digital spine of this network consisted of 420 active X handles and 96 Telegram channels, which spread more than 7,000 posts daily in Baloch, Pashto, and English dialects. The majority of these posts were propaganda materials based on emotional videos, false human rights claims, and hashtags like Baloch genocide, intended to turn global opinion against security forces. This content was generated from a specific unit located at Sabre Park Kalkaji in Delhi, where at least 5,000 graphics, short videos and infographics were produced daily. This was all fuel for a digital war run by RAW's Info Ops team. This social media war was operated purely through artificial intelligence, bots and shadow accounts to make narratives like Free Balochistan prominent in global trending patterns. On the other hand, the network's logistical support chain was built on a solid ground foundation. Explosives, night vision gear and GPS beacons were transported from the Iranian city of Zahedan via Rabat to a secret depot in Chagai, from where they were transferred to local operatives of the TTP and BLA. Their distribution took place at specific handoff points in the Pashtun belt, determined by mobile navigation logs and off-grid communication systems. The financial pillar of this network was built on crypto channels, in which funds were sent through UAE OTC to fake charitable organizations like Date Palm Trust, Tehran, from where they were transferred to Pakistan via the Hawala system. This amount averaged around $38,000 daily and was given a legal guise through fake documents like dairy certificates and dry fruit invoices. Two central figures connected all these links at the human level: Hekmatullah Madani, the TTP's quartermaster, and Gulzar alias Iron, the BLA's finance chief. Both were responsible not only for the transfers, but also for providing targeted funding to local commanders. The network was so intricate, coordinated and secretive that if Tripathi hadn't been caught, it might have gone undetected for years. It was the third watch of the night on August 7, 2025. At 3:14 a.m., on a dirt track about 4 kilometers from the Sitara battery post in the border mountains of the Chagai district in Balochistan, a white loading truck suddenly appeared. a light mist in the air and green laser markers on the ground locked onto the target. This was the moment a thermal drone focused on the truck. The sacks appeared to be full of almonds, but the thermal scan told a different story. A technical team's Retina ID scanner exposed the lie in just 0.9 seconds. As soon as the scan was complete, the screen showed a hit.
A Red 8 call was made on the radio network, the green light for the encounter. Red 8.
Within moments, the commando team in ambush surrounded the truck from 3 sides.
When the door was opened, 3 people were sitting inside. A person of medium height wearing an olive jacket and light black glasses said in a traditional tone, "Sir, we've only brought dry fruit."
This sentence seemed innocent, but the technical team's Retina ID scanner exposed the lie in just 0.9 seconds. The scan was complete and the screen showed a hit. Kripa Shankar Tripathi S.O. Hari Narain, date of birth, July 9, 1973. The information that emerged from the depths of the database was startling. Kripa Shankar was already on Interpol's Grey Watch list, where his name was listed with charges such as cyber fraud, illegal arms trafficking, and financial support for terrorist organizations. This was not merely a smuggler, but a pawn behind which a whole state network stood. Under the guise of dry fruit, he was selling explosives, and now he had become a witness to those explosives himself. After Tripathi's arrest, when the satellite phone, laptop, and USB drives recovered from his possession were sent for a forensic scan, a new world opened up for Pakistani intelligence agencies. A world that revealed not only the insurgency in Balochistan, but also the violent activities in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This evidence was not coincidental but provided a solid foundation for a network based on organized state support. The first file was a complete satellite phone backup of about 3 gigabytes. Call logs, GPS locations, and voice messages stored within it revealed that the attack on the CB gas pipeline had been planned for several weeks, and specific GPS grid coordinates were repeatedly shared. The second file, wallet-list.xlsx, appeared to be a simple spreadsheet, but it listed 128 different crypto addresses, through which approximately $2.3 million was transferred. These funds were being sent to various networks, especially the local cell leaders of the BLA, BYC, and TTP, and each address had an explanation of a fake NGO or business name. The third file, hr-lobby.pdf, was an email dump that included secret correspondence between various human rights organizations in India, Europe, and Canada. Most prominent was a fake funding MOU named Balak Students Relief, which was to be presented to international organizations via Canada to hide BLA's operations under the guise of a humanitarian crisis. The final file, safehouse-map.kml, was a Google Earth layer that detailed 17 secret hotspots within Quetta, Mohmand, and North Waziristan. Some of these locations were rented residences, while others were logistical points where IEDs, NVGs, or getaway vehicles were kept. These 4 files were not merely digital evidence but a digital dark index that exposed the depth, coordination, and far-reaching strategy of India's secret network. The material stored on Tripathi's laptop was enough to pass judgment without being presented in court. This was not just smuggling but full-scale hybrid warfare. As the digital evidence was pieced together, the magnitude of the exposed network sent shockwaves through intelligence communities, both in the region and internationally. The revelations forced policymakers to confront the uncomfortable reality. Hybrid warfare was not a distant threat, but an active and evolving front. For Pakistan, the operation marked a pivotal moment in the ongoing struggle to safeguard national security and expose covert destabilization efforts. For neighboring countries and global observers, it served as a stark reminder of how technology, misinformation, shadowy financial flows are reshaping the future of conflict. Questions now lingered in the corridors of power. How many more such networks remain undetected? What new tactics will emerge as digital tools continue to evolve? And most urgently, what steps can be taken to prevent the exploitation of humanitarian causes by those who seek violence and chaos? The story of this operation does not end here. It is a chapter in a larger, ongoing contest over influence, security, truth. A contest that is being fought not just on traditional battlefields, in the shadows of cyberspace and the gray zones of modern geopolitics. Thank you for watching. If you found this investigation insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay vigilant, stay informed.